Okay, guys, this is Adrian, and we're talking about another game that's kind of Otome, dating sim, visual novel adjacent. Not really, JK. Um, so over Christmas, I played this game called Boyfriend Dungeon, and it is a dating sim and a dungeon crawler, like think Hades, essentially. So I was like, neat idea, pretty cool. I was also able to get it on sale for like $10. It's normally like 20. Um, so the whole premise of the game is that in this world of this game, you have people who can turn into weapons, like the three people on the front, and you also have people who can't but are good at fighting, and they're called wielders. And you are kind of this shy, awkward person who moves to a new city. You're like basically renting out your like cousin's apartment for the summer, and the whole premise is that you are going to get to know people and come out of your shell a little bit more. And the best way to do that is to hang out with a bunch of people, meet strangers, and date them potentially. So you are a wielder, and you're dating weapons who you fight with in the dungeons. And when you fight with them, like you're the wielder, and the weapon person turns into the weapon, and you're holding them and hacking and slashing. Okay, so I did mainly play this on my Steam Deck. It did not have cloud save. So, or no, actually, yeah, it did. So here's my, I think, yeah. Okay. So something that was kind of nifty is you do have a character creator and you can be any gender, um, male, female, non-binary. I thought that was pretty neat. And you have a little bit of a character customization, a teeny tiny bit, but like here's your character run around, and this is your map where all the dungeons and stuff you can go are, shopping places, yada yada yada. Let's go into our apartment real quick to show you. So again, um, the combat when you go in dungeons is very much Hades style. Okay, so personally, I have not actually played Hades. I've seen videos, I've watched other people play it. I have bought it, and I am planning to play Hades at some point. Um, so as far as like how good is Hades, I don't know. I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's really fantastic. I'm going to trust everyone on that until I have time to play it myself. Um, so the combat style seems similar to that. Probably the closest game I've played actually that I feel like combat is similar is it does kind of feel like Cult of the Lamb. So I enjoyed that. I would say the combat in this game is not quite as smooth. Okay, this is your apartment. It's basically like your cousin or whatever's apartment. And you have a mirror that you can access at any point in the game, and you can customize yourself. I did like that. You can change your pronouns at any point if you want to. It's not like a crazy customization going on, which I'm okay with, because that's usually not like my focus in these games. And then you have a bunch of outfits you can collect and hats you can collect, and some of the hats actually do like things. Like this hat that I like is it's a phoenix hat and it revives you once because I'm not particularly good at this style of game. So these are trophies from dungeons and stuff. These are zines which you collect to get magic powers. I didn't really care about these. I just stuck with the one you get at the beginning. And then you have crafting. You can craft things, gifts to give people, zines, so on and so forth. And then this is your phone where you can text people, look at your MD inventory, look at the gifts you have, and weapon info. So this is like the interesting thing. And we're going to look at all of these. So, I did complete this game. Something on the date and sim aspect wise. The game is called Boyfriend Dungeon, but that's not really accurate, okay? You're not just dating boys. There's men, women, and non-binary pals, right? All across the board. So it's not just boyfriend. So the title is kind of misleading from that angle. But at the same time, it is kind of like a catchy title, and like boyfriend, girlfriend, dungeon is not quite as like catchy as just like boyfriend dungeon. So I see why they went that way. But like, don't fear if you're not into like men, there are options for you. Okay, so you can look at the weapons. They don't actually show you on here like what the people look like, which is a little disappointing, but like here's the weapons. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different people that you can fight with. And you can also date. So you can date all of them in one playthrough, which I thought was super interesting because like most dating sims I do, you get to romance one guy. There are some that don't do that, like Celestia Chain of Fate, you were basically dating all 3 guys, but at the end you could only pick one. In this game, you can date all of them, see all of their routes in one playthrough. From one perspective, like I really like that to save time. From the other perspective, like not really in any replayability wise, like once you see everyone's stories. So yeah. So and also this one is a cat. So how these relationships work is you can have them be romantic partners or you can actually just be friends. So I like that option, but I went ahead and I just dated everybody. I was like, I'm just gonna date everyone. Except for like this brass knuckles is a cat. You don't date the cat, guys. Just let me make that clear. You become a pet of the cat. The cat takes care of you. But you don't date the cat. But everyone else you date. My favorites were the lightsaber, because he's a Korean dude named Seven. Korean pop star, actually. And then the scythe was Rowan. Now, let's see. And then these are like gifts you can find from the game, and you can do your gifts and give them to your weapons to help increase your relationship. I didn't really see the need to use the gifts. Like I used them anyway, but just playing the game, I got pretty much everyone's relationship up. It was whatever. Let's see. So here's where you can actually kind of see pictures of people. So here is Seven. Seven was my favorite. Seven was my bae. Here is Rowan. Rowan was my second favorite. And I liked Sunder, who, and if you play the game, you'll understand why I'm kind of like, yeah, I didn't like him by the end. So, and then that's your like cousin, Jesse. So from what I could tell on like the date and sim aspect, like you have routes. Kind of, not really. Like you have choices. And like as far as routes, it's like friendship or romantic. But as far as like the choices, it really didn't seem like your choices mattered on like the endings you get. And I even tried Googling it, being like, am I crazy? And I didn't see anything like route guides or anything to be like, oh, you get a different ending this way. So that was kind of like, like whatever. And let's see. So you have like 4 dungeons. Is it 4 or is it 3? Actually, it's 3. Sorry. This is the first one, the Verona Mall. And then you have La Rosa. And then you have Verona College. La Rosa and Verona College are not like super duper long. So like the actual combat aspect of the game is really short. And then you have places where you can go on dates and stuff with people. Also, occasionally you'll see like 2 people on the map and you can actually see the weapons interact with each other, which I thought was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Go in dungeon real quick to kind of show you the combat. And I'll be extremely bad at this because I'm on my computer recording this. I'm gonna go a 7 of 7. And let's go ahead and, I'm at the max level of the game, so I'm just gonna like destroy stuff. Kind of give you an idea. You have floors. You hit like every 5 floors or so, and you get like a little boss.
Malls on this continent are so low tech.
So 7 is a Korean guy. He's actually in a pop band, which I thought was super interesting because I'm into K-pop and stuff. Let's see, so I'm just obliterating stuff because I'm super overpowered. let's see if I do that. So you have like small attacks, and I call large attacks. And then you also, like, if you hit Q, you'll use your zine. Shoot whatever your zine is. Mine is a fireball. And then F is like your boba tea to heal, which I like boba tea, so I kind of really like that. And then you have these little areas you find in the dungeon where you can kind of have like a little rest. Be like, hey, we're gonna rest and chat.
Yeah.
I like 7. And this is where you can like offer a gift. What would he like? Everyone likes, oh wait a minute, is that TV? Yeah, we're gonna be like a Netflix subscription. He's like, yeah, I love that.
Nuh-uh.
So, when you're going in the dungeon, you're having to face your fears. And like your first fear, I'm not gonna say what it is because it's kind of spoiler, but like the monsters you fight are related to your fears, which I thought was pretty cool. That was interesting. Treasure chests that you can find. I found like, so this is where you usually find recipes for like the other zines or like the hats or the clothing you want to make. Since I found everything in my playthrough, I'm just gonna get like money and materials. So, and this is kind of like your job for the summer, is to go do these dungeons and like level up and find materials and find money. It's kind of a weird system. So I will say the combat is not, so I was playing on my Steam Deck, so I was playing with the controller. I did not feel like the combat was like super smooth or good. I've also discovered I'm not particularly good at these games. How I get good is I just level up and overpower things. But just like, I'm not particularly good at these games. And that's fine. That's fine. I know that. I can live with that. But the controls don't feel not nearly as smooth when I was playing as like, for example, like Cold Lamb. Okay, you can go to the next level. The cool thing about going to the next level is you can actually change the weapon. So let's say on that floor, you max out the love rank, whatever your level is, to level 5, and you can't level up anymore. You can change weapon to, you know, go to someone else. But I'm not going to change because I love 7. So, I don't know how to get out of here, actually. So every time you level up a character, you are going to get a scene with them to further their story, which is pretty neat. I did like. Which is why, you know, once you max out their level, until you go see that story, you're kind of better off going to like the next person. I found like a hidden room. So there's hidden rooms you can find with challenges and stuff. Extra treasures, stuff like that. We're not gonna do this right now because I just out here. I don't know why I'm picking things up because I don't really need them. It's just like, let's go. Okay, we're gonna skip this dating thing. So, with there only being like 3 dungeons, like, the game's pretty short. Alright, can I just exit? I exit. Aha, now I can exit. Once you get to like certain floors, you can leave. Leave the dungeon. And then when you leave, you get experience and stuff too. And of course, you know, you have your wielder level that you can level up. And, you know, now that I've beaten the game, there's really no reason to keep playing. Like, I found all the recipes, all the zines. I maxed out all the weapons, saw all the story, and since I did all the characters in one go, there's really no reason for me to keep playing the game. So again, really no replayability there. Um, what else is important to show you? So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the story. So the idea with you kind of meeting new people to either become friends with or potentially date, like it doesn't always go super smooth. You do meet a couple of like odd people. And just like a forewarning for this game, like if you have some trauma in real life with this, like there is kind of a stalker portion. Not really kind of, like you get a stalker in this game. You basically end up going on a date with someone. It doesn't insanely work out and they kind of just don't leave you alone. So if you've ever like had that issue in real life and might find that potentially triggering to see in your media, I definitely would not recommend this game because that is kind of like a main point. Now, I will say the only thing is, it kind of took me a minute to realize who the stalker was. Like, it kind of went over my head because I didn't feel like. So the implication is like the date you go on is doesn't go super great, and then the guy starts stalking you because you really kind of don't want to hang out with him. And I was like, you don't really have a lot of agency in the story as far as making that decision. It just happens, and I apparently have a low bar for bullshit because the what the guy didn't phase me that much. I was just like, oh, okay, he's kind of a jerk, whatever. Um, and then later on, as it kind of got, I was like, oh, okay, no, 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 no. The main character is very upset about this, and then I was like, oh, okay, okay. So he's kind of like he's creeping on you like the entire time, and he's kind of a jerk, and it's kind of interesting how they implement it. Like it's interesting, but again, it's like it's also like this game's not very long. At the end of the day, this game's just not very long. So I do feel like if they had made it longer, maybe some stuff could have got fleshed out a bit more. I'm trying to think of my playtime clocked in. Here, let me tab out real quick and look. Like 14 hours. And that was including me going back and kind of doing achievement hunting because it was a fairly easy game to get achievements in. But probably more like 13, 12 hours to finish the game and do most things. And kind of my bar for games are typically, I do kind of want to get an hour per dollar I spend. So I definitely didn't like the game normally is 20 bucks. Okay. So I would have preferred to get 20 hours of gameplay out of this game. And like, I guess you could get there, but not really. I was already feel like I was going pretty slow. I feel like someone who's better at these type of games probably would have finished even faster than I did. Um, so yeah, it's short. Now, I only paid $10 for it because I got it on sale during the Steam, either the fall or the winter sale. I don't remember which. Probably like the Thanksgiving one. Um, so like I paid $10. I got like 13 hours of gameplay. So from that perspective, I'm happy with the amount of gameplay I got out of it. I wouldn't recommend getting it full price. It is kind of an older game at this point. So like wait for it to go on sale. I don't know, maybe go find the key off of like a CD key site or something. I don't know if this game would really be on those anyway, because this is a very niche game. Um, Now that being said, I did enjoy playing it. Like I really, really enjoy playing it. Like I was playing it on my Steam Deck, and I was like, oh yeah, and I played it a ton. I was like, I'm loving this. The dating sim aspect, I did enjoy for story purposes. Um, But again, your choices really don't matter. So it's like kind of like, oh, I'm here for the ride. So this game is right, a visual novel and a dungeon crawler. And I'll be honest, I like the idea of this. I really do. And I wouldn't mind seeing a boyfriend dungeon too, which I assume is not going to happen at this point. I would love to see a Boyfriend Dungeon 2 in a much longer game. Like, give us a game with, I don't know, like 10 dungeons or something. Just like a longer game. Go a little bit more into the dungeon aspect. And because this game was trying to be like a dating sim and a dungeon crawler, it kind of like didn't do super great on either front. Like, it's not a really great dungeon crawler game. Also, not a really great visual novel dating people game, right? Um, it's kind of mediocre in both those realms. But overall, how they mashed it together, I think is fun. I do wish it was longer. I do wish my choices mattered a little bit more with like the weapons and that like there were different endings with the weapons. Um, but at the same time, like I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the time I played. I thoroughly was like playing it like crazy. Again, I only played like 13, 14 hours, so it's not like it took me a crazy amount of time to finish it. But, you know, I did enjoy myself. So, from that perspective, if you potentially want to see the mix, you know, I think you should give it a try. Wait for it to go on sale. It will probably go on sale again during the next Steam sale, whichever one, big one comes up. I think sometimes we get one maybe in February for Lunar New Year. I don't remember anymore. I don't pay attention that much. But yeah, if you're interested, definitely go pick it up when it's on sale. I definitely don't recommend when it's not on sale. But I do appreciate the developers trying to do something different. I just wish it had been more. Okay, I'm rambling. That's enough. This video is too long. Anyway, that's it for this video. And I would love to know if you've heard of this game, for one, and if you've given it a try, because it is kind of on the older side. Okay, for realsy. Bye-bye.